Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the March 2022 general reading for the zodiac sign of Scorpio. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you the meaning of the cards as well as any intuitive messages that I receive. Also, I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. That helps me greatly. And also when you subscribe, you'll be notified when I post new videos in the future. I typically post a couple Scorpio videos a month. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In the first column, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close for you, Scorpio. And column number 2, we are going to take a look at what's coming for March in general. In column number 3, we're going to do money. Column 4 is going to be love. And our 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing message for you. Let's see here. The first card that we have that's a summary card is productivity. So likely the last few weeks have been very productive for you, Scorpio, which is always nice. Let's see what other messages we have that I can give to you. The first card that we have is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is a new idea or possibly new mental clarity. It could also be surgery, so you or somebody in your family could have had a surgery recently. The next card we have is the Eight of Pentacles. I'm not surprised to see this next to the productivity card. The Eight of Pentacles is about mastering your craft, enjoying your employment. It's about working hard, people knowing how hard you work. It's also about working smarter rather than harder. So of course that makes you more productive. And at the bottom here we have the King of Wands. This is a card of leadership. So some of you could be in a leadership role, but it's also a card of power. I'm getting that you have a lot of influence over the work that you're doing right now, which is really neat. It's also a card of charm and courage. In addition to having influence, you kind of have the charm that you need as well. But let's clarify and see what other messages we have. So on top of the Ace of Swords, we have the Death card. The Death card doesn't mean death, but it does indicate a big change. It could be an ending. It's transformation. So what this is saying, whatever this new idea is with the Ace of Swords, it's significant. I think it's going to transform the way, possibly assuming this is work, the way that you work, the way that you think. This new idea is unlocking something major, leading to a transformation in your life. The next card that we have, Scorpio, is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a card of friendship, celebration, circle of support. I do feel like some of you are going to be recognized at work, whether it's financially or acknowledgement, and there will be some sort of celebration related to work and how hard you've been working. At the bottom, we have the King of Cups on top of the King of Wands. This is again leader card. Leader seems to be the key, and you're very influential still. This is also a card of support, so it's like people are coming to you for guidance and support, Scorpio. Let's take a look at our next column, which is in general what's going to happen in the month of March. We have the card Unity. So likely you're feeling unified. You could be feeling connected to yourself. You could be feeling connected to your surroundings. There could be unity between you and another person as well. But let's clarify this message and see what we've got. The first card we have is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a card of tradition. It's very conventional. It's kind of conformity almost. It could also be a card of expectations. We're going to clarify that and see what more meaning we get there. The next card we have is the Six of Swords. If you look at this card, everybody is facing away from us. Their heads are hanging low and their sword stuck in the boat. It looks a little gloomy, but I'm actually a big fan of the Six of Swords because this is a necessary transition. This boat is moving forward and it's carrying you forward into a new direction that's very beneficial for you. This could also be relocating or moving, so some of you could be actually physically moving to a new place. And at the bottom we have the World card. The World card is a card of completing a goal or lesson. It could also mean migrating, moving somewhere, travel, but really completion. The world has gone full circle. This lesson, goal, thing you're hoping to accomplish has gone full circle. We're going through a transition of some sort, that's for sure. You're like moving on from one thing to the next, which makes sense because we do have the World card down. So something is ending and you're moving to a new place, again, physically, or this could just be a transition for you in life. And what I'm getting is this this transition that you're going through, this end of a cycle and new cycle that you're entering into in March, Scorpio, is really going to be exceeding your expectations. Again, the Hierophant is about expectations, and this is going to be more than you expected. In a good way, of course. Let's see what we've got here. We have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. If you look at this person, their eyes are blindfolded and their arms are bound down, but then there are swords stuck into the ground all around them. So they could very easily scoot back and cut themselves free. So for whatever reason, Scorpio, you have these expectations in your head, but they're lower than they should be. Like, this is getting so much grander than you're expecting. Your thoughts are like thinking it's not as good and it's going to be better than you expected. The next card that we have is the Devil card. This is a card of envy, obsession. It can be materialism. But what I'm getting is that some of you are like overthinking this transition or very concerned about this transition. Something is ending and you're kind of hyper focused on it. I'm concerned how it's going to play out, but I can tell you it's going to play out quite good for you. Again, it's exceeding the expectations that you had, Scorpio. The next card that we have is the Lovers card. The Lovers card is a card of partnership, deep love. It could also be making a choice. In this case, I do think this card is speaking mostly to a choice. Now that this thing has ended, you have to decide on some new path to go down. In our next column, we're going to take a look at money. So this is anything related to money. This could be your job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have. Again, anything money related here. So we have the Death card coming up again for you, but let's read through these from the top. The first card we have is the Justice card. The Justice card is like cause and effect, and it's a win-win. It could also be truth coming out, like if there was like a lie circling about you between your coworkers or your boss or something of that sort, the truth will kind of be set straight. But more often, this is like the win-win card where you've been working really hard and now you'll reap the financial benefits of it. The next card we have is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is a card of low feeling. It's a card of heartbreak, loss. Some of you could be leaving your job, whether it's voluntary or involuntary. That's definitely indicated with the Death card too. The Death card is a card, of course, does not mean death, but it's those big changes. It's an ending. It's time to move on. Keep that in mind, time to move on. But this is transformation, again, taking you to something better. You see the sun shining through there in the back. You're going on to this brighter and much better place. Let's clarify, though. It definitely does feel like some of you will be switching jobs, but let's confirm and see what other messages I can give you. We have the Knight of Swords at the top. The Knight of Swords is a quick lifestyle change. Again, this is likely a switch in jobs for you. With the Justice card, though, we were talking about how that's win-win for you. So you're going to leave a job maybe that you don't like very much and go to a job that you like a lot more. Or maybe you're working really hard and in your new job you will be working not as hard for more money. Same thing with investments. Maybe you could be moving in investments possibly. But these new investments that you go after will be much more rewarding. The next card that we have is the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is gossip. Remember I was saying earlier that there may be like a rumor, a lie, or a secret going around with that Justice card. So there could be truth coming out too. And there could be some hard feelings for you over whatever this kind of gossip is, or this truth coming out. You might find something that's kind of hurtful to you. It's tied pretty strongly into the Seven of Swords at the bottom here, which is a card of like theft, betrayal, dishonesty. So there seems to be something going on at work, some truth coming to light, something that's not sitting quite right with you with that Three of Heart energy. And likely it'll push you into this transformation, into that Death card, prompting you to make a change. The next card, or the next column we're going to take a look at is love. So this could be family, friends, children, relationships, anything to do with love. The first card we have is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of celebration. It's a card of family and friends, which is great because we're in the family and friend column. This is a really strong way to kick things off. Relationships are feeling strong for you right now, Scorpio. And possibly there will be something that you're celebrating as well in terms of love. The next card we have is the Page of Pentacles. This is a card of newness. Oftentimes this relates to a new job or some sort of new money news. This could be you or your partner if you're in a relationship. Then we have the Empress at the bottom. The Empress is a card of creation and abundance. This is a good reminder in the love card. You see there's even a heart here on the bottom. You can create whatever you want for your love life. So if you're single and want to be with somebody, Scorpio, this is saying you can create that for yourself. This is also a card of pregnancy and fertility. So for those of you hoping to expand your family, Scorpio, that's a good card to have. Let's clarify and see here what we've got. We have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a card of wishes coming true. It's material abundance. It's good health. Some of you, this is kind of an odd message, but like some of you have really been wanting to see your family and you haven't been able to. So this is saying you've been wishing to see your family and now you are being reunited. Possibly you've been wishing to get engaged or get pregnant and that's going to happen and that's prompting that celebration. That's like your love wishes coming true there. We have the Eight of Cups, which is a transition type card. It's moving on or possibly moving into a new chapter for some of you. Again, I feel like some of you will be switching jobs or potentially your partner will be moving on to a new job there. So at the bottom we have the Hermit card. The Hermit is going within for clarity. You see this light here. This is the light that's within you. So this is making sure you know what you want, making sure that you're kind of fulfilling your personal truth. You have the ability again to create whatever you want. So be really clear on what you want, Scorpio, so you can create that. But overall looking pretty good on the love front for you. Now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guide. Let's pull a clarifying card or a summary card here. We have the card Patterns. The interesting thing with patterns is oftentimes when I see this, this is like breaking a habit or pattern. If you look at this card, there's a lot swirling around and it's kind of like a burden. So this is about clearing unhealthy patterns or cycles for yourself. But let's see what messages come through here. The first card we have is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is a love card. It's a card of romance, love, partnership, proposal, marriage. Overall a strong relationship card. Not super surprised to see that because I think we had some pretty good relationship cards in general. This could be a shift in relationships though. I feel like this pattern we're talking about is like a family, a friend, a coworker. There's some sort of unhealthy relationship that we need to break because we're talking about relationships here at the top. Then we have a Tower moment and then we have Swords down here, but let's continue to keep reading through these. With the Tower card, This is a card of unwanted change. Sometimes it's a change that kind of surprises you, and then it is kind of like an upheaval. The nice thing about the Tower is the change happens for a reason, and it always ends positively for you, even though it might not have happened when you wanted it to, or it might not play out exactly the way you wanted it to, Scorpio. But again, I do think this is related to a relationship coming to an end. It may not be with your significant other. It could be family, friend, coworker, really in any sort of relationship. But I'm getting that maybe this wasn't the healthiest relationship, even though the Two of Cups is a good relationship card. I think it's more so leaning towards the partnership piece. And again, this is about getting out of a pattern that's not good for you. Then we have the Eight of Swords at the bottom. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. We had this card earlier. So again, this is about kind of scooting back and cutting yourself free. I think you do need to cut yourself free from this relationship, cut yourself free out of this pattern or cycle that's not serving you well, Scorpio. So let's confirm and see here. We have the Ace of Cups at the top here. The Ace of Cups is anytime we have an ace card, is a card of newness. The Ace of Cups typically is a new baby, relationship, marriage, proposal. So again, this is some sort of relationship. And if you're leaving your significant other, this is saying that there is a new, better relationship out there for you. There's a new, better friendship out there for you. There's a new, better coworker out there for you. Whatever this relationship may be that we're kind of separating from here. Then we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of family, friends, celebration. Again, this is somebody that you're connected with already that's being affected by kind of breaking this pattern, that Tower moment. Then at the bottom we have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of anxiety, grief, depression, nightmares. You see this person is sitting up in bed worried about it. I'm going to tell you again, everything happens for a reason, especially with the Tower card. It's a change that needs to happen. So you can kind of take this as a warning, is to like make sure that you're not letting this bother you and keep you up at night. This was a pattern or person or cycle that needed to be broken for you, Scorpio. Now at this time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of these 3 questions really quick. But for question number 1, we have the Jack of Clubs. This is number 45 card. That's going to be a yes. For question number 2, we have the Four of Hearts. This is the number 17 card. That's also going to be a yes for you, Scorpio. And for question number 3, we have the Five of Diamonds. This is number 28 card. That's also going to be a yes. And for whatever reason, this card really wants to come out. So I guess I'm going to give you a number 4 question in case some of you have a 4th question, Scorpio. This is the Eight of Spades. This is number 32 card. This is actually going to be a yes for you too. A really strong yes, actually. Now at this time, we're also going to pull a crystal from our Healing Stones deck. With this crystal, you're going to want to carry it with you through the month of March. It'll support you throughout the entire month. Keep it on your desk, at work, keep it on your nightstand, keep it on your pocket if possible. The crystal that you have is agate. This helps you with retreat. It helps you stay calm. It helps you stay stable. It really protects you from the outside influences. And last but not least, we're going to do a healing note from our Healing Notes deck. We can all always use more healing. Your note says, when you can't remember why you are hurt, that's when you are healed. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, if you subscribe, that I very greatly appreciate that. It helps me a lot. But also, if you subscribe, you'll be notified when I post videos in the future. Also, if you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you again, Scorpio, and have a wonderful March.